All right, it looks so much better in here in this freaking garage. I love it. What do you think, girl? You love it? Love the garage? More light? Yeah. I know, it's your ball. So now that we got some time, we're gonna start getting this whole setup inside of the Ralliart. And so the first thing we're probably gonna do is get these fittings installed into the valve cover. One of these is press on, so it's gonna be a little bit of a new experience, a challenge. See how that's done. We might need some of this Loctite 648 to make sure it stays on there until pretty decently. And then after that, we'll get the fittings on to their appropriate locations, and we'll kind of see how much of this PTFE hose we're gonna need to run and cut. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. I'll take the sucker out of here. Then we'll get this bad boy out. And then this another one back here. And we put this back where it's supposed to for now. We're gonna go ahead and remove this part of the upper intercooler pipe, just so we have some better clearance to remove this dang old barb. Gotta stretch for this one. If you're ever in the situation taking off the barb from the aluminum valve cover once it's already installed, you might need some vice grips. As you can see, I'm going back and forth slowly, but with both hands, and it seems to be coming out. Whew. It takes a little bit of a cautionary muscle. Just remember to take your time while you take it out, and you should be good. And then we take a look at the opening, and it looks pretty good. I also wanted to show our valve cover now has a cover for the ignition coils, and we got this one from JMFabrications. This one specifically from STMtuned. I saw that they had a polished one that was in limited run, so definitely wanted to get on that, and so I got it, and it looks so good with the polished look on the valve cover. I also got this Mivec extension cable from NRG Ops. Just kind of make this look cleaner for a little bit before we start changing and tugging a lot of these other wires. But yeah, this, instead of the Mivec cable running up through here, we got this extension running kind of here on the side, so it looks nice and clean. And then we kind of measured the diameters of the press inside, so they're about the same. The new one is obviously a little bit more thicker, so it'll have a lot better chance of grabbing friction. But we're also going to put on some Loctite 648, and this is supposed to cure in the absence of air and the presence of metal. So once the valve cover and this press fitting come together, then they should start curing and yeah, give us a better seal. Well, I can't say I like the way it went in. They went in pretty smooth. There's no friction, but I can't really turn it too much. And I think I'm gonna load it up with some of that Loctite 648 just to make sure. Probably just start pouring it over here. And it's not spinning like crazy or anything, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put on this Deatschwerks 610 expander, and then just again put more Loctite 648 and just hopefully make sure there's no kind of leaks there. All right, I got it on there as best as I could. Yeah, it still feels kind of tight, so we're just gonna double up on that Loctite 648 just to make sure that that we don't have any kind of leak here. But yeah, I'm keeping it a little bit more hand tightened than tool tightened, so I don't want to break anything. I think I learned from that. So we're gonna leave that to cure for the next 24 hours, and we'll untighten this for now. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can. I hand tightened it before, so now I can take it out of my hands as well. So we're gonna put that an aluminum one on. So STM sells these, but they sell the O-ring and the aluminum fitting, they actually sell them separate. So if you're doing this, just remember that this fitting does not come with the O-ring. You have to buy the O-ring separately. We got a little bit of oil on the O-ring just to make sure it doesn't bind. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this in. Well, I can see why some people really avoid PTFE. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt to get together. I hope it was worth it. So already looking at some potential problems. This rotates, and it's rotating from the pressed in valve. So that's a little concerning. But I'm doing it by fingers, doesn't do anything. If I try to pull it out, like it doesn't go anywhere, it just stays. So I mean, yeah, I guess this is kind of concerning, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it functions. It's not the end of the world, but we are really going to need to monitor this. So we were under the car for a little bit and finally got this bracket installed for the Moroso catch can. Yeah, it's a little tight down here, but this is the spot to put it in. Not a lot of space to put it anywhere else. The STM catch can is pretty much positioned in the same spot, but we're going to route the hoses how we want them though. But yeah, this is pretty sturdy. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. And all right, it's coming together. So now that's in there pretty tight. Don't want to turn these too much, might strip them because it could be self-tapping, but that feels pretty good. Now let's continue on with the hoses. Man, I know it's a little ghetto and whatnot, but I freaking love these shop lights. They make this so much more easier. So as you can see, we got this first one going. Looking pretty good. I think we did the harder hose run. Now we just got to do this one right here, this PCV valve hose that goes just straight down, and it's gonna go directly to that fitting, to that opening right there. And I think we're good with this. And so here we have it. Everything put back together. Doesn't look as polarizing as I thought it would, but that's because I'm keeping that same monochrome theme. But yeah, I mean, everything seems pretty solid, minus that, of course, that I've been talking about. But everything else, it looks great. Kind of start back here and work your way this way, and then down, and then down there you could see the Moroso logo catch can. So yeah, so it was very interesting doing this for the first time. Making some check marks. Hose is not spinning back here. The fittings tightened down to where they need to be. These PTFE hoses, they're not supposed to be bent so much, so I kind of had to do that here though, and they're okay. They're just needed to kind of test them out. But right now it's 11 o'clock at night. We'll test them out the next day. All right, started out really well, kind of on the lower side of the RPMs, but it eventually just goes back up to normal. But yeah, so far looks like everything seems to be running good. And now that we're venting to atmosphere, we get no noise in our air filter. So yeah, this is looking awesome. I don't think I had any issues with that PCV valve. And then of course we'll get the test drive going here in a little bit. So it's been a good minute since I drove the Rallifart, so I'm a little bit excited. After driving this for a bit, we are encountering some problems. So after the car sits for a while and I turn it on, basically it idles okay. But once I get it running and the engine goes, and you know I'm trying to stop at a stoplight or a red light or whatever, that's when it starts to want to stall. So yeah, I'm not sure, there's still some kind of leak somewhere, but But yeah. But I mean, I checked the connections and it seemed like everything was okay. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do some more investigating. All right, it's another day in the future. I think the problem with our hose setup that we have right now is that I think I did the PTFE hoses and fittings wrong, and I think there's a leak. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Everything else seems to be fine. And you know, we had to bite the bullet and spend the money on this, but better than our car stalling every single time we turn it on and let it run. So we're gonna take care of this and swap this stuff out. Oh yeah, and then I ended up getting these Redhorse Performance fittings. Yeah, I kind of like them a little bit better. They're a little bit more chromish. So that's one upside to having to do this again. And all right, so we finished up the hoses and got them tightened up. So I'm gonna end up having to use zip ties here to kind of hold the hoses in place, just because the Deatschwerks like metal brackets just way too small for these. They're supposed to be for 8N and 10N, and these hoses are supposed to be 10N, but I guess they don't fit. So yeah, so I mean, got it pretty organized pretty well, you can see. All right, we got this beautiful setup, but something is wrong. Check this out. I'm trying some different hoses. I still get one problem that's pretty consistent. So the first thing is we're gonna start this car up from a cold start, and you'll see how it behaves. So we're gonna let it warm up just a little bit, but as you can see, the RPMs are pretty normal. I mean, this is how it is on a cold start, and even if you let it run for a while, it seems to be fine. The RPMs do drop a little bit, but the car still runs okay. I'm gonna let this run for about a couple minutes, and then you'll see what I'm talking about when I try to turn it on again after turning it off. And we let the car warm up for a little bit. As you can see, the RPMs dropped just a tiny bit below 1,000. So we're gonna turn this off, and you'll see the problem that I'm having. All right, and here we go. Yeah, that's the problem. So I figured out what it was. It was the CCV valve that you have to press in back here on the aluminum valve cover. I'm guessing I didn't press it in enough. So I got a block of wood, started hammering away at it, and got pressed in just a little bit more, and now my car doesn't stall. So yeah, it was indeed a vacuum problem, and I'm happy. I'm just happy. I'm just happy it works. Kind of bummed that I had to spend another $150 for the hoses and fittings, but I at least eliminated that as being the issue. I mean, but yeah, this is our new vented atmosphere setup. I mean, it's pretty basic, just having to deal with the vacuum issues, but now we're golden. This was indeed quite the journey of troubleshooting. One of my first challenges of being this car's owner. So thanks for watching, and until the next one.